I was also a victim of that, and sometimes I still am.
Okay.
It's called like
You can change your team, you can change your business, you can change your anything, but you have only one body.
business or entrepreneurship is something like eating glass
Mhm.
and walking on fire towards hell. Okay,
Create the habit, and habit create the success.
not many people know about this. People think Vaidya Group पहिलेदेखि खानदानी त्यो हो यो त्यो हो होइन, but he struggled. People say कि अब okay ऊ privilege छ किन उसले education पायो, उसले platform पायो होइन, but aren't we all looking to give our next generation that privilege by working hard? Anyone trying to start a business thinking that they will get time is wrong.
बिजनेस कस्तो बनाउन खोज्नु भएको छ, आफ्नो फर्स्टली आफ्नो पर्सनल ब्रान्ड पनि त्यसरी नै बनाउँदै जानुहोस्. Father built the business, and now the way you are building the business completely changes. करण सर, हजुरलाई हाम्रो यो व्यापार पाठशाला पोडकास्ट स्वागत छ है.
Pleasure to be here.
So many things talk to you है, तर तपाईँको जुन फ्रन्टमा तपाईँको ड्यासिङ लुक्स देखिन्छ नि, लुक्स क्वाइट हेल्दी है, र तपाईँ चाहिँ एज अ युथ इम्पावरमेन्ट जहाँ चाहिँ बोलिरहनुहुन्छ होइन, एबाउट वेलनेस, एबाउट फिटनेस होइन. एउटा कुरा तपाईँको मलाई एकदम गजब लागेको थियो कि त्यो इन्स्टाग्राममा लाइन द्याट बडी you will get only one body, right? You can change your team, you can change your business, you can change your anything, but you have only one body, right? It's pretty start गरेर. So what do you have to say about this?
यसो छ, अब त्यही कोटबाट सुरु गरौँ होइन. बडी भनेको अब पाउने एउटै हो एउटा लाइफमा, त्यसलाई राम्ररी ट्रिट गरेन भने जति धन कमाए पनि जति फेम कमाए पनि what's the point होइन. If you can't live a healthy life, if you can't have a body that is healthy, जुन चाहिँ लाइफमा you can enjoy, live life with your family, with everyone होइन, त्यो भएन भने what's the point होइन. मान्छेहरूले अब working is stressful, entrepreneurship is stressful, business, everything is stressful होइन. त त्यो स्ट्रेसमा अलिकति 1-2 hours a day आफ्नो body, mind and soul भन्छु म एटलिस्ट होइन, बडीलाई एटलिस्ट some kind of workout, yoga, gym, जे होस्, whatever you like. माइन्डको लागि maybe meditation, or just deep breathing. नेपाल त is the hub for that होइन. त्यही पनि हामीले गर्दैनौँ होइन. म पनि I'm also to blame there होइन. मेरो ममले चाहिँ धेरै गर्नुहुन्छ स्पिरिचुअलिटीतिर, मेडिटेसनतिर, तर I think that helps a lot too होइन. अनि then the soul also through you have to enrich it through spirituality, just meditation like that होइन. So it's important to take care of these three things while you take care of other things as well.
This is equally important to every entrepreneur, sir.
To every human being, right?
How is this? कसरी एउटा एन्टरप्रेन्योर्सको लागि चाहिँ तीनटा कुरा कसरी रिलेट हुन्छ?
Entrepreneurship ma, look, I don't think entrepreneurship business भनौँ होइन is a very tough thing to do. किनकि एलन मस्कले भने जस्तो उसले एउटा कोट, I'm paraphrasing it, he said कि running a business or entrepreneurship is something like eating glass and walking on fire towards hell. Okay, त्यस्तो गाह्रो छ बिजनेस भनेको होइन. स्लिपलेस नाइट्स के हुन्छ फ्युचरको थाहा हुँदैन, कन्ज्युमरले कसरी रियाक्ट गर्छ nobody knows होइन. त्यस्तो सिचुएसनमा if you can't take care of your body, mind and soul, then what's the point होइन. You'll fail more often, maybe you can't get back up होइन. मैले जहिले पनि भन्छौँ कि entrepreneurship businessमा you have to be able to fall down 7 times but get back up 8th होइन. That if you don't take care of your body, mind and soul, then how can you do that? So it's very important.
That's the punchline. Well, just let's say during 24 hours a day, something very important during that 24 hours चाहिँ तपाईँले एकदमै आफूलाई हेर्नुभयो भने चाहिँ एकदमै इम्पोर्टेन्ट, which is very understated for you.
यसो छ. सो त्यो 24 घन्टामा मैले भन्छु you need some anchoring habits चाहिँ चाहिन्छ है. त्यो anchoring habits भनेको it can be waking up at a certain time होइन, or 1 hour gym every day. So for me चाहिँ मलाई at least my 1 hour a day workout cardio होस्, जिम होस्, any kind of sport होस्, that is very important in the morning just to clear my mind. And
Okay.
proper food is very important. कुनै दिन मैले certain things binge eat गरेँ भने next day I will feel it, right? And my decision making power, my work power, productivity, that all will diminish the next day, होइन? So these two things चाहिँ I think is very important for me.
यो चाहिँ एउटा हेबिट होइन र, लेट्स से कसैले यो गरेकै छैन,
हजुर,
उसलाई त आई थिङ्क विल द्याट पर्सन फिल लाइक द्याट तपाईँले आज जिम गर्नु भएन, ओहो नेक्स्ट डे आइएम फेल,
हुँदैन त्यो हुँदैन होइन, त्यो डेफिनेटली हो, तर ह्याबिट भनेको बनाउने चिज त हो नि होइन. नगर्ने मान्छेले मेबी ही वोन्ट रियलाइज वाट हि इज मिसिङ, तर उहाँले सुरु गरिसकेपछि देन ही रियलाइज आई कुड हेभ लेभल्ड अप इन दिस लेभल, अनि यति प्रोडक्टिभिटी बढाउन सक्थ्यो, मेरो कन्फिडेन्स बढ्थ्यो भनेर ह्याबिट्स क्रिएट गर्ने त हो. एन्ड आई क्यान गो डिपर इन टु क्रिएसन अफ ह्याबिट्स होइन. जस्तो अब हजुरले जिम गर्नुहुन्न भनेर देयर इज अ बुक आई रेड, एन्ड मैले धेरै युथहरूलाई पनि कुरा गर्छु यसको बारेमा. इट्स अ भेरी सिम्पल थिङ होइन. इट्स कल्ड द ह्याबिट लुप, है, चार्ल्स डुइकको बुक हो. त्यसमा के भन्छ भने ह्याबिट भनेको इज 3 थिङ्स है. इट्स द ट्रिगर, द ह्याबिट एन्ड द रिवार्ड. सो यु थिङ्क अबाउट इट लाइक अ ट्रायङ्गल होइन. So even a bad habit like smoking has those 3 things, right? You have a trigger like boredom, hunger, people smoke, and the reward is the nicotine ko tyo buzz huncha ni. So to get out of that habit loop of smoking also, professionals use that kind of things like to trigger like same rakhni, hunger this like same rakhni, but habit like you try changing it into something else like a workout or something positive, and similar reward like dopamine reward payo bhane you can get rid of the bad habit too. Similar way, in a positive way, what you can do is like working out ko lagi, you have a trigger, you wake up in the morning, you have to create a certain trigger, like you see your shoes, they are running shoes on the side, मैले भन्छु charge your phone outside your room next to your gym bag or gym shoes भन्छु कि स्टुडेन्ट्सलाई मैले, so that त्यो देख्न साथ that is the trigger, त्यो जुत्ताले the running shoes le trigger garyo, you go for that run, and the dopamine is the tyo, and then tyo 21 din ko lai generally say 21 days ko lai if you can continue that habit, you can create a proper habit out of it.
Yeah, एउटा लाइन चाहिँ मैले के पढाएको थिएँ, सक्सेस इट्स नट अन इट्स अन, फर्स्ट यु हेभ टु क्रिएट द हेबिट, एन्ड हेबिट क्रिएट द सक्सेस.
एब्सोल्युटली. आई थिङ्क अब सक्सेस इज अ भेरी वेग टर्म होइन, तर पर्सनल सक्सेस भन्छु है म, नट लाइक मोनेटरी or बिजनेस सक्सेस. आफूलाई यु वान बी ह्याप्पी विथ हु यु आर नि होइन. सो फर द्याट यु निड टु क्रिएट पर्सनल ह्याबिट्स सच एज दिस होइन, एन्ड ह्याबिट्स एन्ड सिस्टम्स आर वाट क्रिएट सक्सेस जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई. नट अचानक लकले बनाउने होइन सक्सेस भनेको. यु निड टु हेभ द सलिड फाउन्डेसन टु हेभ द्याट सक्सेस. यु निड टु बी रेडी फर इट. इट क्यान बी अ वर्क ह्याबिट, इट क्यान बी फिटनेस ह्याबिट, इट हेज टु बी सम काइन्ड अफ ह्याबिट, बिकज ह्युमन्स आर habits in the end,
humans are habits at the end. I mean everything मान्छेको जे पनि बिहेभियर छ it's defined by habit.
Absolutely. एउटा इन्ट्रेस्टिङ म त्यही ह्याबिट लुपको कुरामा भन्छु मार्केटिङ हिसाबले है.
Okay.
Because it's व्यापार पडकास्ट. So Pepsodent है, long time back उनीहरूको टुथपेस्ट बनाउँथ्यो. It wasn't successful किनकि त्यो बेला it was only fluoride. Toothpaste didn't have that minty taste. जुन minty taste हाम्रो हुन्छ नि अहिलेको सबै टुथपेस्टमा त्यो हुँदैन थियो. So some marketing genius, I forgot the name, he came up with an idea. है, he said certain shares Pepsodent को मलाई दियो, म यसलाई सेल गरिदिन्छु होइन. So what he did was he added mint to the toothpaste, the fluoride toothpaste. So every morning you wake up, मुख ठस्स हुन्छ, you want to brush होइन. अहिले त it sounds common to us, it wasn't common before. And once you brush, that habit is brushing. The reward he added was the minty taste. Okay. So people didn't use toothpaste as much as before.
Okay.
So that's how Pepsodent became Pepsodent. And the whole toothpaste industry boomed after that. So we are habits, in the end.
Just you are from the Vaidya Group, right?
हजुर.
एउटा छुट्टै त्यो इमेज छ.
हजुर.
एउटा भनौँ न लाइक द्याट तपाईँले एउटा रिच ह्याबिटहरू पनि क्रिएट गर्नुभयो होला.
हजुर.
राइट.
हजुर.
अलिकति त्यो सेयर गर्नु रिच ह्याबिट र वेन यु मिस द्याट ह्याबिट हाउ डु यु फिल, त्यसलाई रिभाइभ कसरी गर्नुहुन्छ फर द युथ्स?
नो एब्सोल्युटली. सो अब नथिङ लिङ्क टु वैदिक ग्रुप, बट मेरो पर्सनल ह्याबिट्सहरू जस्तो especially fitness habits, workout habits, when I miss, the momentum is key के यो कुरामा जस्तो मैले 2-3 दिन छोड्दियो भने I'll start feeling a little sluggish, I'll start feeling a little slow, हैन त्यो restart गर्न चाहिँ is very tough. So you have to push yourself for the first week, 3-4 days to make those habits happen. Then it becomes automatic. Then you feel like an emptiness if you don't do that habit. Okay? So that's very important.
You say like sometimes easy to say, but very hard to put in action.
Yes, right? See, we have to accept that we are humans. We have a monkey brain, okay? And monkey brain भनेको के हो भने in the end we are evolved from the primates. Primates को brain will always look for the easiest path, the least path of resistance भन्छ. त्यो भनेको हामी अल्छी हुनलाई is made into our brains. Okay? So you have to fight with that brain's attempt to be lazy. You have to accept that we have monkey brains. And if you can tell that monkey brain that if I look at the long-term goal rather than the short-term benefit of this cozy bed or, this sitting down and being lazy or watching Netflix, त्यो triggerलाई, if you can switch it up and look at the long-term goal and create that for 3-4 days and then try to make it a habit, then I think that's a stepping stone, especially for the youths. They can try to create one step at a time.
One step at a time. Okay, let's come to another point. मैले एउटा तपाईको पोइन्ट चाहिँ के देखाएको थिएँ भन्दाखेरि people who think who have lots of time, they are already in a graveyards. Right? यसबाट चाहिँ अर्को के आउँदो रहेछ भन्दाखेरि it's a some kind of urgency mindset के हैन, not delaying any actions, हैन, doing something के आयो भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ doing something immediately, right? सायद तपाईले त्यही नै भन्न खोज्नु भयो होला. यसलाई चाहिँ for entrepreneurship को पर्सपेक्टिभबाट यसलाई कसरी डिफाइन गर्नुहुन्छ?
Yes, I was also a victim of that, and sometimes I still am. Okay. It's called like analysis paralysis भन्छ के. जे कुरामा पनि जुन बिजनेस आइडियामा पनि हामीले सबै पढेर 100% भएर मात्रै सुरु गरौँ भनेर त्यो माइन्डसेट हुन्छ सबैको, हैन? तर 1 वर्ष जान्छ, 2 वर्ष जान्छ, we don't start that business, we don't start that idea. I'm sure you have those ideas, I have those ideas, हैन? So what I've learned is highly successful people, they understand that urgency is very important. Okay? You make quick decisions, but if they're wrong decisions, you try to correct them. If they're not, you just walk the path. That at least you have done that. So it's better to make quick decisions and be wrong about it than take forever to make the right decision. So that's what I was trying to say with that.
How did you overcome that?
By step 1 is realizing this and getting this knowledge कि त्यस्तो पनि हुन्छ भनेर.
कसैले रियलाइज गराए?
रियलाइज गरेर हो नि. फर्स्ट थिङ इज अवेरनेस फर एभ्रिथिङ.
आफै रियलाइज गर्नुभयो, कसैले गराए?
मलाई आई थिङ्क द बिगेस्ट बेनिफिट आई हेभ इज आई रिड अ लट है. सो बुक्सले धेरै सिकाउँछ मलाई. So some way or the other, like books teach me a lot, and that helps me a lot. So kunai book I read about it, and I like looking at people that are successful, that are doing something. Kasari puge त्यहाँ भनेर किन हाम्रो पनि इच्छा छ नि हैन, नेपालमा बसेर पनि we want to be great in the world. So how to reach there भनेर I dive deeper into these things. And I think that's
books मा त अहिले आउँछु म हैन, but एउटा क्वेशन चाहिँ आइहाल्यो के, do you have any mentor? Or how important is that?
It's extremely important, I think. For me also, म पनि youth को लागि एउटा सानो mentor भएर 1% youth लाई पनि effect गर्न सक्यो भने I'd be happy. My personal mentor is of course my dad, number 1. Okay. Because he's someone who has struggled from the bottom and come up to where he was. And he's given me that, education, the privilege because of his struggles. From him, I learned that hard work beats anything. He's the hardest working person I've ever seen. Even I cannot beat him any day. So hard work and diligence भनेको कुरा चाहिँ I have really learned from him.
So Kiran sir,
हजुर,
एउटा स्टोरी भन्नु न that you are so proud of him in his business journey or in.
Yes sir. Not many people know about this. People think Vaidya Group पहिलेदेखि खानदानी त्यो हो, यो त्यो हो, हैन. But he struggled a lot because his father did not give him the kind of privileges that he gave me, I guess, होइन
Okay.
किनकि लङ स्टोरी तर बच्चा बेलादेखि नै त्यति राम्ररी हेर्नु भएन होइन उहाँले एउटा स्टोरी भन्नुहुन्छ उहाँ चाहिँ त्रिचन्द्रमा टिसीमा पढ्नुहुन्थ्यो होइन त्यो गर्ने बेलामा त्यो स्कुल फिस तिर्न नसकेर शी युज टु वक अल द वे फ्रम माइती देवी टु बाँसबारी वेयर दे ह्याड टु लिभ सेपरेटली बिकज ही वाजन्ट रियली टेकिङ केयर अफ हिम एन्ड ही ह्याड टु वक जस्ट फर द्याट 10 रुपिसको फी तिर्नको लागि त्यो एजुकेसन पुरा गर्नको लागि होइन धेरै डिप त जान्दैन यस्तो कुरामा तर त्यस्तो स्ट्रगलबाट आउनुभएको हो उहाँले कहाँ मात्रै काम गर्नु भएन होइन के मात्रै काम गर्नु भएन अनि अहिले वैद्य ग्रुप जे छ उहाँकै blood and sweatले बनाएर I am where I am because of that so how would I not be
हामीले सुने जस्तो वैद्य ग्रुप इज नट ओल्डेस्ट लेगेसी
अर्कै छ कहानी अर्कै छ हाम्रो वैद्य ग्रुप इज अ डिफरेन्ट स्टोरी विच स्टार्ट्स विथ हिम लेट्स जस्ट से द्याट
उहाँले चाहिँ एज अ रियल एस्टेट हस्पिटालिटी
हजुर
एन्ड डिफ्रेन्ट सेक्टर्समा
हजुर गर्नुभएको छ
जहाँ तपाईँले अरू थप्दै जानु
हो डेफिनेटली अब that's my prerogative that's my duty to do that.
Anything you want to share more about your father?
There's a lot to say about him he doesn't
जुन चाहिँ अहिलेसम्म कुरा काहीँ भन्नुभएको छैन
धेरै कुराहरू छन् उहाँको है उहाँले धेरै स्ट्रगल गरेर माथि आउनुभएको हो होइन एन्ड आई थिङ्क द्याट अब स्पेसली नेपालमा एउटा कुरा के छ भने अब अहिले पनि धेरै त्यो इस्यु आयो होइन पिपल से कि अब ओके ऊ प्रिभिलेज छ किन उसले एजुकेसन पायो उसले प्लेटफर्म पायो होइन बट आर्न्ट वी अल लुकिङ टु गिभ आवर नेक्स्ट जेनेरेसन द्याट प्रिभिलेज बाई वर्किङ हार्ड द्याट्स द क्वेसन आई आस्क के मान्छेहरूलाई होइन सो द्याट सुड नट बी लुक डाउन अपन अनलेस इट्स मिसयुज्ड त्यो एन्टाइटलमेन्ट आयो भने त्यो प्रिभिलेजसँग देन द्याट्स रियली ब्याड तर कसैले केही गर्न चाहन्छु भन्यो भने रिगार्डलेस अफ हिम कमिङ फ्रम प्रिभिलेज अर नट I think it's very important for us as Nepalese to support, especially the youth. So there you go.
So there is nothing to feel guilty. Like तपाईँ एज ए नेक्स्ट जेनेरेसन जुन तपाईँले चाहिँ प्रिभिलेज पाउनुभयो why should you feel guilty, right?
गिल्टको कुरा त होइन acceptance is important that education was given because of his struggles होइन mom dad बोथको स्ट्रगल्सले हो होइन त्यसलाई हेरेर त्यो एन्टाइटलमेन्ट you can't sit on the high horse and look down on people. That should never happen. Right? I strongly believe on treating each and every person, each and every human with the same eyesight that you treat anyone else. Right? So त्यो नगरिकन बरु त्यो प्लेटफर्म युज गरेर if you want to do something in Nepal, why not? Right? Why not? Everyone should do it. And maybe try to bring, I'm a very strong के भनौँ like promoter and believer of meritocracy के योग्यतावाद होइन त्यो भनेको अब जसले गर्न सक्छ उसलाई चान्स दियो भने why not? Then a nation, a company, a country can progress जस्तो लाग्छ मलाई.
Nice. Okay, let's come back to books. Mentorshipबाट हामी कहाँ पुग्यो but that was very touching है जस्तै बुक्सको कुरा गर्दाखेरि यु रेड अ लट आई थिङ्क म जहाँ तपाईँ अफिस जाँदा होइन आज छन् द बुक सेल्सहरू टेल मी अबाउट 2 बुक्स जसले तपाईँलाई ठुलो रियलाइजेसन दिलायो
ओके 2 बुक्स ओके 1 फिक्सन एन्ड 1 नन फिक्सनको सोध्छु होइन पहिला नन फिक्सनकै कुरा गरौँ यो चार्ल्स डुवेकको पावर अफ ह्याबिट एन्ड अल्सो लिङ्क टु द्याट इज द यो अटोमिक ह्याबिट्स भनेर अहिले पपुलर भएछ नि very important के 2 quick lessons is that triangle that I talked about होइन त्यो याद गऱ्यो भने you can create any habit or you can remove any habit अनि from atomic habits त्यो small habits at a time is very important के so if you want to wake up at 5 o'clock but you wake up at 8 don't start at 5 o'clock सीधै start by 7:30 then 7 and then if you don't work out maybe start by wearing your shoes and going for a walk small habits at a time okay us humans we want to get that goal quickly right especially अहिले यो social media को generation त we want immediate results त्यो चाहिँ we have to stand back and say कि long term goal हेरौँ not just a week को goal but let's see 1 year 2 years ma what can we do if we create that 1% change every day right second book is a very important book to me it's called Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand fiction book ho right she is a Russian author that ran away from Russia, went to the US, And she's a philosopher. Objectivism भन्ने philosophy ko she's the pioneer, I guess, होइन. But she writes these fiction books where the characters follow that philosophy, okay? Rather than telling you what the philosophy is, the character does, होइन. And त्यो bookमा एउटा there's an industrialist called Hank Rearden, and that somehow I read that book long time ago. मेरो engineering school को time मा first year मा मैले कहाँ पाएको थिएँ सेल मा त्यो किताब, होइन. त्यो US मा $1 मा उठाएर मैले पढेको थिएँ randomly, and that character resonated so much to me. I think त्यो character ले गर्दा I'm also hardworking and my thinking changed because of that book, okay? So books are very powerful, I think.
जस्तै तपाईँ अघि हुनु त हामीले कुरा गरिहाल्यौ, वैद्य ग्रुप भन्यो, यु आर द डिप्लोम्याट लाटभिया, होइन. त्यसपछि सो मेनी बिजनेस, एज ए स्टार्टअप पनि तपाईँ एन्टरप्रेन्योर पनि. अघि हामीले अफ द पोडकास्ट कुरा गऱ्यौँ, यर स्टार्टेड द एस्थेटिक क्लिनिक, होइन, क्लिनिक र त्यो एन्टी एजिङको बनाउँदै हुनुहुन्छ है, एज एन्टरप्रेन्योर पनि काम गर्दै हुन्छ. डिफाइन योर सेल्फ, होइन. हजुरले सो मेनी रियलाइजेसन, सो मेनी रिडिङ बुक्स, हाउ डु डिफाइन योर सेल्फ?
That's an interesting question, eh? To define myself without using any of my work or titles, I would say I'm a person that is motivated by being able to empower others.
Okay.
People jo maसँग close people, they know that, you know, मैले जे गर्छु, I try to uplift them also, and I feel good about it. So that's where the whole youth empowerment thing also comes. So मेरो why, मेरो purpose भन्यो भने, besides the business, besides the books, besides everything else, if I have a chance to bring someone from like a darkness, or not even darkness, like a neutral state to an elevated state by sharing with him what I'm learning, by maybe showing through Instagram, through all these things, what I'm doing, that is my purpose, I believe, and that makes me who I am.
Anyone you have changed? Literally
many people, my friends also, like I said, your aesthetic longevity clinic company, the doctor was she was not feeling happy about what path she was in, you know? But I saw potential in her ki she can maybe do this vanera. And now actually today she's flying to Thailand to speak in an aesthetic conference, then going to Hong Kong for an international conference to be a speaker, you know? So this is 1 year ago timeline man, that has happened, you know? Same thing, like my sister, younger sister, like pani young age ma I got hooked into books, you know. She loves reading now. She reads more than me. She has this Kathmandu book club banera, you know? So her identity has changed with that, you know? So few stories like that here and there.
It's like त्यो हाम्रो रिचर्ड ब्रान्सन भर्जिन ग्रुप, हजुर, उले के भन्थ्यो भन्दाखेरि, इफ यु वान्ट टु बिल्ड अ बिजनेस, फाइन्ड समवान हु इज इन्ट्रेस्टेड इन समथिङ, राइट. यदि उसलाई भनौँ न म्युजिक, एउटा कोही मान्छे भेट्यो तपाईँको अगाडि, तपाईँको टिममै इज भेरी इन्ट्रेस्टेड इन म्युजिक, क्रिएटिङ म्युजिक, उसलाई समाऊ, उसलाई को फाउन्ड गरौ, क्रिएट द बिजनेस, म्युजिक इन्डस्ट्री.
मैले यो पढेको त छैन, आई नो हु ब्रान्सन इज, बट द्याट इज एक्ज्याक्टली इट, द्याट इज एक्ज्याक्टली इट. किनकि बेजोसले पनि भन्छ नि, बिजनेस इज सो टफ टु डु, इफ समवान इज नट इन्ट्रेस्टेड इन इट, you won't be successful, okay? Certain level of the interest हुनुपर्ने रहेछ त्यसको लागि.
पछि अब त्यो मान्छेको रियलमा इन्ट्रिग्रिटी के छ, त्यो मान्छेको क्यापेबिलिटी, द्याट यु विल नो लेटर, होइन, वेन यु वर्क टुगेदर. बट फर्स्ट अफ अल यु हेभ टु फाइन्ड उसको चाहिँ हिज ओर हर प्यासन,
त्यो स्पार्क,
होइन, त्यसलाई चाहिँ त्यो स्पार्कलाई तपाईँले कम्बाइन गर्न सक्यो भने द्याट्स द बिगिनिङ अफ स्टार्टिङ एनी भेन्चर्स.
I'll read this book, whichever you mentioned. Interesting लाग्यो मलाई.
उसले चाहिँ how did you started so many ventures around the world भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ it's history.
उहाँको इन्ट्रेस्टिङ स्टोरी छ नि एउटा. So he owns an island right now, होइन, अनि apparently त्यो island जाने बेलामा चाहिँ once he just wanted to show off to his then girlfriend, होइन, अनि त्यो आइल्यान्डको बायर्सहरू के को एउटा कलेक्सन पिपलहरू गइरहेको थियो घर किन्न जानलाई, जस्तो एउटा ग्रुप गइरहेको थियो, होइन. एन्ड he went to that island just wanting to show off to his girlfriend and pretending that he wanted to buy it भनेर, होइन, but they found out that he doesn't have much money भनेर they kicked him off पछि. That sparkले गर्दा in the end he ended up buying that island. I think it's called the Necker Island or something like that. he's a crazy entrepreneur. He's a crazy entrepreneur.
एक्ज्याक्टली अब जस्तै अघि तपाईँले ह्याबिटको कुरा गर्नुभयो नि त्यस्तै लाइक यो लगाउने कपडाहरू पनि आइसियु एन्ड टाई होइन समटाइम जस्तै कि मैले पनि लास्ट केही टाइम चाहिँ इभन स्टार्टेड जिम अहिले यो दसैँ तिहारले छुट्यो तपाईँले भन्छ छुट्या छुट्यो भयो आई हेभ टु बााउन्स ब्याक नाउ है तर जब गर्थेँ र जुन दिन मैले चाहिँ टाई मतलब ह्याबी लगाउँथेँ जुन दिन लगाउँथेँ आई फिल सो मच कन्फिडेन्स होइन त्यो काममा जाँदाखेरि पनि सायद त्यो चाहिँ एउटा भनौँ न एक्स्ट्रा बेनिफिट त्यसले चाहिँ दिन्थ्यो होइन आई क्यान टक टु एनी वान त्यो भित्रबाट आउँथ्यो कि होइन गर्नको लागि अनि जुन दिन तपाईँ जिम गर्न जानुहुन्छ रियलमा तपाईँ 2 दिनै गरे पनि यु फिल सो स्ट्रङ इनसाइड के होइन गरेन भने त अलिकति अलि हुन्छ कि त्यो एउटा ह्याबिटको कुराहरू छ त्यस्तै अर्को चाहिँ नेटवर्किङतिर चाहिँ जाउँ यो अल्सो एम्पावर लाइक नेटवर्किङमा त्यो कामहरू गर्नुपर्छ यो सबै कुरा नेटवर्किङमा हेल्प गर्छ आफ्टर अल यु हेभ टु बिल्ड द बिजनेस टुगेदर लाइक त्यो स्ट्राटेजिक नेटवर्किङ तपाईँले जुन भन्नुहुन्छ नि वाट इज द्याट
बिफोर आई गो टु द्याट तपाईँले टच गरिहाल्नु भयो लुगाको होइन यो कुरामा आई थिङ्क इट्स भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट स्पेसली फर द युथ्स टु नो दिस होइन सुटै लाउनु पर्ने भनेको होइन बट वाट एभर मेक्स यु कन्फिडेन्ट यु सुड वेयर किनकि त्यो अरूलाई लगाउने होइन त्यो सो अफ गर्नलाई लगाउने होइन होइन त्यसै ड्रेसिङ वेल इज अ फर्म अफ गुड म्यानर्स बट मोर देन द्याट इट्स मोर अबाउट गिभिङ कन्फिडेन्स टु यर सेल्फ अल्सो नि हजुरले यु टच्ड इट भेरी वेल सो ओके स्ट्राटेजिक नेटवर्किङ होइन I think networking is extremely important किनकि जुन पनि business, जुन पनि whatever goals you have, you cannot do it without having a network of people. Okay? You cannot be the lone wolf all the time. We are humans in the end. होइन हामी cooperation, collaboration मै काम गर्छौँ होइन नेपालमा that question I've heard a lot. Network कसरी गर्ने, कसरी भेट्ने.
And what is the right type of networking, right? त्यो पनि छ.
Right type I would say सङ्गत हो networking भनेको. You need to be able to identify people that are better than you in certain things. So you can be better than them in other things, but they are better than you. Let's say one is better in business, one is better in fitness. You दुईजना साथी भयो भने एकजनाले अर्कोलाई फिटनेस सिकाउन सक्छ अरूले उसलाई बिजनेस सिकाउन सक्छ होइन So those kind of something that could elevate you is the best way to go about it. How is a tricky question Nepalma, but there are organizations, there are certain events that are happening. जहाँ youths are coming together, meeting people. मैले अस्ति एउटा अर्को प्रोग्राममा पनि गरेको थिएँ. I met very interesting youths. Their mindsetले मैले पनि धेरै सिकेँ, मैले पनि सिकाउन पाएँ होइन. There are youth entrepreneurship forumsहरू हुन्छन् which they can join. They can talk to more young entrepreneurs and what they are doing भनेर. So that's how you have to network.
You see, frankly, भन्दा these are the common answer.
Okay.
But being in your place more comfortable than general people, होइन. How do you approach networking? जहाँ चाहिँ I don't think you need any networking anymore. किनकि मान्छे तपाईँ आउनुभन्दा मान्छे तपाईँको आउँछ नि त. Generally. How do you approach networking in that sense?
त्यो चाहिँ I don't agree. Honestly, because मलाई लाग्दैन कि I will ever be able to say कि I don't need networking भनेर त्यो लेभलमा पनि पुगेको छैन कोही पनि हुँदैन. I think the even Warren Buffett or someone very rich would
Elon
like
Musk,
to Elon Musk would like to network with people होइन त्यो भनेर network is your net worth. It's a very cliche term that I think it is very important, especially business entrepreneurship. You never know what clicks what होइन. So मैले पनि I'm always open, genuine. मलाई youthहरू entrepreneursले question सोध्यो भने भेट्न चाह्यो भने I try my best to give them my time. Because I'm learning from them also. कुन idea के idea लिएर आएर आउँछ even I don't know about. So that is networking. होइन आफू माथि बसेर नेटवर्किङ गर्नु पर्दैन भन्यो भने त I think that's stupidity in a way. होइन
Okay.
You never know enough. You have to keep learning and networking, I think.
So you also visit outside.
Absolutely.
Priority के हुन्छ त?
के को priority?
नेटवर्किङको priority. तपाईको चाहिँ?
मलाई त्यो नेटवर्किङबाट टाइम वेस्ट हुन भएन. केही सिक्नु पर्यो, केही सिकाउन सक्नु पर्यो. त्यति हो. अरू के होइन. होइन जस्तो अब मेबी अ कलेज स्टुडेन्ट नोज हेज अ आइडिया अबाउट समथिङ एआई अर समथिङ होइन अब त्योबाट एकछिन म 5 मिनट 10 मिनट बसेर केही सिक्न पाएँ भने वाइ नट द्याट्स द प्रायोरिटी
ओके सो अलिकति एन्टरप्रेन्योरसिपतिर हेरौँ होइन तपाईँले यो तपाईँको त्यो स्टोरी पनि आइ सो इम्प्रेस तपाईँ ड्युल एमबिए एन्ड देन इन्जिनियर सबै कुरा गरेर एन्ड देन यो ट्र्याक रेकर्ड अफ युकेतिर इभन सिङ्गापुर होइन कमिङ ब्याक टु काठमाडौँ भन्दा पहिला इभन इन सिङ्गापुर
हजुर काम
होइन त्यसपछि तपाईँ अर्थक्वेक पछि चाहिँ आउनुभएछ अलमोस्ट यु स्पेन्ड 10 years इन नेपाल है लिटरली भन्दाखेरि बाहिर काम गर्नु र यहाँ काम गर्नु वाट आर द डिफरेन्सेस यु अब्जर्भड इन अ डिकेड
इट इज भेरी भेरी डिफरेन्ट है किनकि मैले एज एन एउटा इन्जिनियरिङ प्रोजेक्ट आई डिड विथ जनरल मोटर्स एन्ड देन मैले क्यानाडा र सिङ्गापुरमा मैले काम गरेको छु होइन द वर्क एथिक एन्ड द प्रोफेसनलिजम देयर इज इन अ मच हायर लेभल एन्ड राइटली सो बिकज इट्स अ मच डेभलप्ड कन्ट्री नेपाल इज स्टिल ग्रोइङ होइन त्यो भनेर यहाँ काम गराउन चाहिँ गाह्रो छ देयर इज नो डाउट अबाउट इट अहिले मेन प्रब्लम आइम स्योर युभ हर्ड अफ फ्रम मेनी पिपल इज एभ्री वान इज लिभिङ and how to stop them also I won't blame them for leaving the challenges here to work are difficult tara maile bhanchu ki opportunity pani same time ma is there for this because US haru Singapore all these countries they have reached a saturation point and you can reach only a certain level there yeah we're still growing so growth is faster in like these emerging markets bhanchu haina. But like you said, Bistari ab Nepal ko pani work ethics, professionalism, that's increasing. I'm seeing, next generation of your business houses are coming in. They're creating that network. They're teaching their employees to be more professional. So that change time will dekhirasu. But the difference is definitely there.
त्यो अपर्च्युनिटी तपाईले चाहिँ एज अ नेपाली जबमा देख्नुहुन्छ कि एन्टरप्रेन्योरशिपमा देख्नुहुन्छ?
Me, I'm a businessman. Entrepreneurship is always there, होइन? तर त्यो भनेर अब नट एभ्री वान क्यान जम्प एन्ड पुट इन अ सर्टन अमाउन्ट अफ क्यापिटल पैसा राखेर गर्न धेरै गाह्रो छ नि त्यस कारणले सुरु जबले गर्नुपर्छ धेरै सिक्न पाउँछ मैले पनि जबबाटै सुरु गरेको धेरै सिक्न पाएँ मैले त्यहाँबाट अब इफ यु हेभ एन आइडिया देन यु निड टु स्टार्ट एन्ड टेक द्याट लिप एन्ड इन दि एन्ड अन्टरप्रेन्योरसिपमा जान सक्यो भने द्याट्स हाउ यु क्यान गेट भेरी वेल्दी जब क्यान टेक यु टु अ सर्टन लेभल बट अन्टरप्रेन्योरसिप तर त्यो एपेटाइट हुनु पऱ्यो रिस्क टेकिङ त्यो बिजनेस भनेको इफ यु डोन्ट ह्याभ द्याट रिस्क टेकिङ एपेटाइट द एबिलिटी टु टेक लोन्स मेबी ह्याभ स्लिपलेस नाइट्स देन यु कान्ट जम्प इन टु द्याट
अन्त वान थिङ वाट आई डु एक्सेप्ट एन्ड रियलाइज के जस्तै बाहिर जो पनि जान्छ नि दे आर नट गोइङ फर एनी एन्टरप्रेन्योरसिप स्टार्टिङ द बिजनेस दे आर गोइङ फर जब होइन मोर देन 98% दे आर गोइङ फर जब है एन्ड कोही चाहिँ फर्केर आउँछन् कोही चाहिँ त्यही नै बिताउँछन् देशी आफ्टर 40s 50 चाहिँ अब चाहिँ आउनुपर्छ भन्ने कतिहरू आइरहेछन् ब्याक टु यता आएर जोइन गरिरहेछन् र यहाँ चाहिँ अपर्च्युनिटी इफ यु वान्ट टु स्टार्ट समथिङ चाहिँ म देख्छु तर एज अ जब चाहिँ यहीँ बस्दाखेरि होइन यहाँको इन्डस्ट्रिजको पे स्केलहरू हेर्दाखेरि चाहिँ इट्स भेरी डिफिकल्ट एक्सेप्ट द्याट
त्यो वेज कम्पिटिसन त गर्नै सक्दैन हाम्रो यहाँ होइन बिकज अब यहाँको वेज र अब दुबईमा गइरहेछ अस्ट्रेलियामा यु क्यानट कम्पिट विथ द वेज तर द काइन्ड अफ प्रमोसन एन्ड प्रोग्रेस यु क्यान डु हियर इज हायर आई फिल है नम्बर 1 त्यो भयो नम्बर 2 आई थिङ्क द्याट यहाँ अन्टरप्रेन्योरसिप गर्नुभयो भने इट्स मोर इजियर बिकज यु हेभ यर नेटवर्क यु हेभ यर फ्यामिली हियर इट्स अलवेज इजियर टु डु इट हियर होइन एन्ड आई से द्याट यो नेक्स्ट 10 years दिस साउथ एसियाको 10 years हो भन्छु कि मैले किनकि US has had its time, China has had its decade. Right? Now India is already doing very well. Nepal, we have had issues, but I still am optimistic, very cautiously optimistic about the progress. Next 10 years, yहाँको consumer market is growing. Right? बाहिरतिर यो हाम्रो luxury brands from China have started moving out of China and going into India already. Right? So somehow Nepal will also get affected by that. सो द्याट काइन्ड अफ बिजनेस, किन यहाँ धेरै बिजनेसहरू आएको छैन होइन, युएसमा जति सेचुरेसन भएछ, यु नो सिङ्गापुरहरूमा कति सेचुरेसन भएछ त्यति भएको छैन. सो इफ यु हेभ द गट्स, यु हेभ यर फ्यामिली हियर, यु हेभ यर नेटवर्क हियर, मेबी यु हेभ अर्न्ड अ लिटल बिट अफ मनी फ्रम आउटसाइड, कम ब्याक हियर, यु हेभ एन आइडिया, I see this is the right time to come here and implement it and focus on all of South Asia, not just Nepal, you know, because we have that access.
So त्यस्तो मान्छेलाई the group like yours, how कसरी चाहिँ support mechanism, supporting mechanisms, like भनौँ न they may need support,
Of course.
अब political government अलिकति अहिलेको टाइममा they are facing आफ्नै problems, right? The successful group like yours or other groups, यो उहाँहरू सबबाट चाहिँ के त्यस्तो सपोर्टहरू आइरहेछ वा त्यस्तो इनिसिएसनहरू के आइरहेछ?
मैले अस्ति एउटा प्यानल डिस्कसन हेरल्ड कलेजमा प्यानल डिस्कसन गर्ने बेलामा कुरा निकालेको थिएँ यो होइन. सो मेरो जस्तो यो एमआइटी छिङ्वा एमबिए गर्ने बेलामा दे हेभ दिस इन्क्युबेसन भन्ने इन्क्युबेटर्स भन्ने हुन्छ. आई डोन्ट नो इफ यु हर्ड अबाउट इट. जस्तो हाम्रो when बच्चा पाउने बेलामा, if the baby is weak, you know, fragile, they put it in a very controlled environment, an incubator, surrounded by doctors and experts, you know. So that's where we can come in a business, okay? If there is a good business idea by some student or someone who's coming outside but doesn't have the resources, this incubations are to create garyo bhane, like, you know, with experts, with people that have knowledge about the market, you know, and to control environment ma grow garna diyo bhane, once it's, you know, it can stand on its own feet, that's how a business can progress. So there are बाहिरतिर US को startup culture राम्रो भएकै कारण, one of the reason is these amazing incubators and the VCs and the PEs, the venture capitalists and the private equities. But these incubators, Stanford ko cha, MIT ko cha, Harvard had its own incubators. The idea incubation is very important even for Nepal.
University level incubators.
It
supported by, funded by someone, right?
It can be in university or private also.
Private
also. Doesn't need to be university.
Okay.
That I would suggest, I don't know, TU, KU हरूले गरिरहेछ कि छैन, तर उहाँहरूले गर्न सक्यो भने that would be really good for Nepal.
Quite good initiation. So let's talk about your leadership, है. तपाईँले फ्ल्याट लिडरसिप भन्नुहुन्छ.
हजुर.
अनि तपाईँको विदाउट हायरार्की लेभल लिडरसिप भन्नुहुन्छ.
हजुर.
बट यो हाम्रो चाहिँ अलिकति रुट्स नै कस्तो भयो भन्दाखेरि नेपाल, इभन इन्डियन कल्चर, नेपाली कल्चर रुट्स चाहिँ कस्तो भयो भने हायरार्की लेभल नै छ होइन, फ्रम ब्युरोक्रेसी टु प्राइभेट सबैतिर. सो तपाईँले जुन कुरा गर्दै हुनुहुन्छ होइन, हाउ आर यु एप्लाइङ द्याट इन यर ग्रुप अर इन यर बिजनेस?
यस सर, मैले फ्ल्याट लिडरसिप directly, I talk more about servant leadership.
Servant leadership, okay.
They're slightly different, sir, because I believe that hierarchy, certain level is required. So, मैले अघि भने नि, previous generation र अहिले generation को business houses are changing the game. Because पहिलाको self-made men, even my dad or other self-made men, they created a business out of nothing. So, वहाँ top मा बस्नु भयो नि, then the hierarchy began and everyone is under them. So, that's a lot of stress and that's a lot of decision requirement for one person. So that's why a little flatter system, more systematic, more managers are important just like to expand. The servant leadership is slightly different. What I feel is like the big boss kaam adaera kaam garera, no one is successful. All successful businesses have had bosses or entrepreneurs or owners that work harder than the employees. They should be the ones that show the employees that this is what hard work looks like. Muskei kura garyo, we know that he sleeps in his office like most days of the week. So tyo nagarikana, I don't think Nepali business can expand to a world level. I think that kind of leadership is required.
तर यो अलिकति कन्ट्रास्ट पनि हुन्छ नि, जस्तै हामी नेपाली कल्चरमा के हुन्छ नि, डुइङ द बिजनेस इज गेटिङ यर टाइम, फ्रिडम होइन. Doing the business means you can do anything, you just need a good team. अलिकति माइन्डसेटको प्रब्लम छ कि
होइन, I would not blame the mindset, but I would say कि anyone trying to start a business thinking that they will get time is wrong. You have to work more hours than you work in a job. That's 100% there, right? पछि गएर maybe 10-15 years पछि systemize गरेर financial freedom is where you start getting that kind of freedom, you know, where you have reached a level where you don't need to worry about, you know, your finances as much. So suruma, it's like taking care of a baby. When you have a baby, you know, yeah, come time spend huncha ki besi time spend huncha, you know, business is like that. You have to spend much more time than a job, and people should realize that. त्यो business सुरु गरेर मलाई free time हुन्छ भनेर concept चाहिँ I really don't believe in that. There's another pleasure of just being able to work on that business, work hard on that business, you know, and that satisfaction of doing your own thing is the point.
Okay. जस्तै अहिले your group is popular, न्युजमा पढ्दा पनि you're into real estate, hospitality भन्छ नि.
हजुर हजुर.
But the news अहिले के छ भन्दा real estate is not growing like it should, or it was growing before. Hospitality sector पनि I think त्यो the back त्यो के भन्छ त्यसलाई fill up जति हुन्छ नि त्यो 30-40% मा occupancy ratio त्यस्तो गइरहेछ हैन. So many 5-star hotels even outside or inside Kathmandu त्यो occupancy नै छैन भन्छन् हैन. और द त्यस्तो किसिमको टुरिस्ट नै नेपालमा आइरहेको छैन भन्छन्. सो यस्तो अवस्थामा where are you focusing or how are you doing?
Yes, sir. So I'll go to the root of it. So the first resort that was built in Nepal was built by my grandfather, momको dad, Dulkhel Mountain Resort. त्यो बेला पनि उहाँ he was a simple tour officer when he was young in his like teens and 20s हैन. अनि उहाँले यो धुलीखेलमा एउटा पोइन्टमा खावामा एउटा पोइन्टमा लग्नुहुन्थ्यो त्यो जर्मन त्यो बेला अमेरिकन जर्मन टुरिस्टहरूलाई त्यो हिमाल देख्नलाई 3 बजे बिहान लग्नुहुन्थ्यो हैन लाइक एभ्री अदर टुर गाइड्स एन्ड टुर अफिसर्स एन्ड दे वुड 3 o'clock काठमाडौँबाट हिँडेर त्यहाँ सनराइज देखाएर पिकनिक गरेर बाइ द टाइम दे केम ब्याक इट वाज द इभिनिङ सो ही सॉ एन अपर्च्युनिटी देयर हैन त्यो बेला पनि एभ्रीवन लुक डाउन अपन हिम एन्ड टोल्ड हिम कहाँ गएर तिमीले रिजोर्ट खोल्नु लाग्छ भनेर त्यो बेला त रिजोर्टको कन्सेप्टै थिएन होटल खोल्न लाग्छ भनेर हैन पानी सुक्खा छ धुलीखेल भनेको देयर इज नो वाटर देयर हैन सो उहाँले 4 किलोमिटर टाढाबाट पाइपको थ्रु पानी ल्याएर त्यहाँको कम्युनिटीलाई दिएर त्यही कम्युनिटीलाई हायर गरेर द फर्स्ट शेफ वाज फ्रम देयर द फाउन्डिङ शेफ यु नो ही इज फेमस फर द चिकन आला खीव त्यहाँको अहिलेसम्म बन्छ एन्ड त्यहाँ ल्याएर कम्युनिटी बनाएर बिस्तारै बनाउनु भएको हो हैन सो त्यो बेला पनि पिपल सेड द्याट वाज नट एन अपर्च्युनिटी बट ही सॉ इट अहिले पनि इट्स प्रब्लमेटिक है अब त्यो रेभोल्युसनको इस्युले धेरै क्यान्सलेसनहरू भयो भन्छु हैन बट माई फोकस हस्पिटालिटीमा इज नाउ आई एम ट्राइङ टु रिस्टार्ट द्याट हस्पिटालिटी थिङ इज on domestic tourists. I think it's high time we stop relying on international matre. Domestic Nepali, like, if you try to book Nagarkot hotels on Fridays, Saturdays, it's mostly booked out. Occupancy kam bhaneko yahako non-branded hotels haru. त्यसमा पनि म आउँछु. So like Nepalese want to do something, you know, alikati paisa pani kamairahछ, remittance होस् या कामले होस्, people को you know income level is increasing regardless of what we see in the market. So उहाँहरूलाई टार्गेट गरेर उहाँहरूलाई एउटा बनाएर I think that's the shift that we have to make and that people are already making. Right? The city hotels को कुरामा चाहिँ what I will say is this happens everywhere. है मैले दिल्ली गुरगाउँमा पनि देखेको थिएँ because my high school was there हैन गुरगाउँमा पहिला it was only non-branded hotelsहरू सबैतिर है बिस्तारै Marriott आयो Hilton आयो all these branded started coming in and those brands start eating up the small ones. Okay, that's the sad truth. Right? So that's what's happening in Kathmandu market, where the brandeds are, of course, taking higher occupancy, and the non-brandeds are suffering a little bit. Okay. So we have to be smart about it. The non-branded ki dwarka jasta hunu paryo, very boutique, you know, iconic yo the place ta, haina ki testo hunu paryo. We have to differentiate ourselves somehow if you're not bringing in a brand.
So even during this stressful time, गर्नेले चाहिँ यसमा पनि छ opportunities still now भन्ने कुरा चाहिँ how you do that differently in this hotel section.
How do you change the mindset with what the facts are? That's important.
त्यो चाहिँ let's say अलिकति podcast type of question. कसैलाई चाहिँ let's say 3 to 6 months मा you have someone is trying to do something in hospitality sector. है अब रिसोर्ट होस् या होटल होस् या रेस्टुरेन्ट किने युनिक बुटिक केही नै होस् भनेपछि उसले 3 to 6 monthsमा he has to learn and start that भन्दाखेरि most important things he needs to understand in hospitality sector के हुन्छ
Like honestly, although my thesis I did in hospitality, I'm not the absolute expert in it, But I think hospitality ko crux, my thesis ma pani yahi kura lekhe the crux of hospitality, which Nepalese have inherently, is giving service to people. Okay? So gharma aउने बेलामा हामीले पाहुनाहरुलाई guestलाई the way we treat them, equally if we can give that soft power or soft, service to the guests that are coming to your hotel, then that's the first and most elemental thing that you can learn and you should teach your employees as well. Right? The same thesis I talk about employee quotient in a book, so it's not a very well-known book. Right? That everyone says customer is king, this, that. Right? That's good reverse thinking. Book.
Okay.
So what it talks about is, before you treat your customers like king, you have to make your employees feel like employers. Okay? You need to give them ownership of that place so that they feel कि ए आफ्नै घरमा ल्याइरहेको जस्तो. Then the customers will feel treated right. So I think that's the most important fact about hospitality.
Yeah, I agree. But के भन्दाखेरि the answer you said, that's when customer comes inside the venue.
True.
So before coming, त्यो चाहिँ कसरी गर्छ?
सुरु नै गर्न from scratch you're talking about.
Customer is outside your venue. भित्र त ल्याउनु पर्यो. He will know you have a good service when he comes inside. Outside भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ हामीले कसरी त्यो म्याजिक चाहिँ भनौँ न फिलिङ त गराउनु पर्यो नि हैन त्यो क्रक्सहरु चाहिँ के तपाईले सिक्नु भएको छ?
I think the most important thing about that is about hospitality is it's a very complicated business. No one who wants to make quick money should get into hospitality once because it's a legacy project or you have hospitality भनेको. The product needs to be good. Location भन्छ hospitality को first tip is जहिले पनि location हो हैन बनाउन अगाडि त्यो product बनाउन अगाडि just because you say I have this house empty, let's turn it into a Airbnb भन्यो भने it might not work because location is very important. But having said that, the initial pull depends on the product, depends on the marketing. Once you give that service to the first few hundred guests, unaru ni will become your ambassadors to that project. And the word of mouth kind of, the contagious marketing, you cannot replicate with any kind of boosting or posting or just talking about the products. One very good example is, so I really look up to Adrian Zekabani. He's kind of a mentor that I look up to. I just read about him. He's the guy who started Aman Bani. It's resorts. He sold it, but Aman Resorts banera. Aman no, hamro. Aman no, but Aman Bani. So Aman Bani resorts. There are 27 resorts or something like that. Those resorts are world ko highest level matha, and it's not any fancy resorts or ekdamai त्यो glamorous kind of resorts, but it's the people. They've made people so addicted to this product, the Aman. They call the followers of Aman Resorts, the customers, Aman junkies. Okay? So you should look into that. You'll understand how hospitality works in a deeper level. Yeah.
So, and basically what I also understand talking with the clients, hospitality sector, consulting service, it's all about the experience you provide to the customers. त्यसमा चाहिँ एउटा चाहिँ कुरा के आयो भने कुरा गर्दा गर्दै लेट्स बाई भनौँ न 10 बिघा 15 बिघा जति हुन्छ इन्डिया र नेपालको बोर्डरमै के 5 बिघा उतापट्टि 5 बिघा यतापट्टि र त्यो बिचमा लेट्स मेक अ रेस्टुरेन्ट. पिपुल आर हैन त्यहाँ खाइरहेछ बिचमा ठाके इन्डिया र नेपालको बिचमा बसेर खाइरहेछ. That's experience.
Is it even possible to do that?
I don't know, but
I don't know if it's possible to do that.
तर युरोपतिर छ त्यो. युरोपतिर छ. त्यहाँ त रेड लाइनमा चाहिँ उ भएको छ नि त डिभाइड भएको छ. त्यहाँ छ.
That is there. तर I don't know नेपालको केसमा possible छ कि छैन, but it's an interesting concept, हैन? Unique selling point हो यो त. त्यो गर्न सक्यो भने त why not?
हैन फोटो खिच्न ला I am between
I'm in India 1 second, other second I'm in Nepal
and eating there.
That's the beauty. That's entrepreneurship right there.
New thing you can bring, हैन? Hospitality sector मा त्यही त हो. Otherwise the cook same हो.
तर यो केसमा त आई गेस आई डोन्ट नो इफ इट्स पोसिबल अर नट तर उतातिर ड्राई स्टेट हुन्छ यता चाहिँ ड्रिङ्क गर्न पाउँछ
होइन उता कुर्सी बस्यो आई क्यान नट इट एनिथिङ यतातिर कुर्सी लगा आई क्यान इट एनिथिङ है
इट कुड बी अ गुड आइडिया
त्यस्तो त्यस्तो कुराहरू युनिकनेस के ल्याउन सकिन्छ भन्ने कुराहरू थियो ओके सो अर्को नयाँ कुरा चाहिँ एउटा अर्को पोइन्ट चाहिँ एउटा के गर्नु मन लाग्यो आई थिङ्क इन लास्ट अब 1 घन्टा भइसक्यो होला है भनेपछि जस्तै तपाईँको मैले बाहिरबाट हेर्दाखेरि एपिरियन्स चाहिँ तपाईँको कस्तो देखियो भन्दाखेरि चाहिँ डिप्लोमेट होइन अलिक पोलिटिकल ले अट्याच भएको एउटा मान्छे हु इज द फ्रम द ग्रेट बिजनेस हाउस एन्ड एट द सेम टाइम always spending their time with the youths, empowering youths, right? Making reels for empowering the youths rather than marketing your own business.
Yeah, true.
Right? यो तीनटा चाहिँ मिक्सचर तपाईँ देखिन्छ क्या यो कसरी तपाईँलाई मनपर्छ या यो आफूले क्रिएट गर्न खोजेको वाट इज दिस
होइन फर्स्ट आई थिङ्क द लास्ट पार्ट मात्रै इज ट्रु किनकि अनेस्टली नट पोलिटिकली अट्याच्ड एट अल होइन अनि डिप्लोमेटिक पनि मैले डिरेक्टली भन्दैन अनरी कन्सल इज अ पोस्ट द्याट बिजनेस पिपल अर सम काइन्ड अफ प्रमिनेन्ट फिगर्स आर गिभन इन टु कन्ट्री जस्ट टु हेल्प द कन्ट्री बाइल्याटरली होइन
सो पोलिटिकली केही कुरा आउँदैन त्यसमा
There's nothing, yeah, not at all. No politics involved at all. But youth empowerment, yes. Like I said, if you have to define me who I am, that's what it comes to. So if I want to be defined by any of those things, I would just rather be someone who is mentoring the youths, trying to bring them up. That's the most important part, I believe.
Business ko ठाउँ सँगसँगै you want to be a motivational speaker, something?
Motivational,
as a career?
Not directly, but maybe through social media. I think it's important because I like that. Personally, I feel that I should do that because I am this certain level. I'm just not talking about my businesses, but like fitness, discipline. I am in a certain place, and if I can give that to other people, why not? But having said that, it's not like this or that. Ahileको जमानामा personal branding is so important. So like I said, I recently got into aesthetics and anti-aging clinic.
Right.
That comes back to me. If I cannot represent myself as a healthy, anti-aging individual, my personal brand doesn't reflect that, then no one will trust my business. Resort pani I'm building on that basis. मैले यो idea चाहिँ I have not like set it out on the open, but it will have the essence of who I am, what I am creating. So the personal brands I am slowly creating by empowering the youth source like social media go through us, and that will help me with synergy with my businesses.
Okay.
So that's important.
So you'll create the business that will synergize your personal brand that you are creating.
हजुरको पनि अब you are creating a personal brand by this podcast. People will look at you, you're getting so many learnings, you giving so many teachings, people know you more about it, and maybe it will definitely help your business as well. So अहिलेको जमानामा I think this personal brand is extremely important, especially for the youths.
Completely भनौँ न traditional business भन्दा एकदम फरक भयो. The way your father built
absolutely
the business, and now the way you are building the business is completely changed.
Completely, I feel. The foundation is that. Business foundation doesn't change. That I really believe in the power of personal branding, especially for business nowadays.
त्यो उसको बारेमा अलिकति भन्नु न जस्तै काइन्ड अफ मार्केटिङ नै हो एस्थेटिक क्लिनिङको बारेमा
अब इट्स मैले लन्जेभिटी एन्टी एजिङ र एस्थेटिक्सलाई मिक्स गर्न खोजिरहेको हो होइन लाइक आई सेड मलाई ह्युमन पिक पर्फर्मेन्समा आई वाज अलवेज अब्सेस्ड इन्जिनियरिङ टाइममा पनि मैले यो 16-8 फास्टिङ 16 घन्टा नखाने 8 घन्टाको टाइममा खाने एनिथिङ द्याट हेल्प्स यो कग्निसन ब्रेन पावरहरू मैले जहिले रिसर्च गरेर हुन्छ कि यो कुरामा ह्युमन पर्फर्मेन्सलाई कसरी इम्प्रुभ गर्ने भनेर त्यही आइडिया लिएर I got this opportunity with the doctor that I mentioned, and I saw potential that she can also do it, and if I give her that platform. So, त्यो दुईटै combine गरेर I created this thing called Vaidya Aesthetics and Anti-Aging Clinic भनेर, where I want people to come. You're giving them back time जस्तो लाग्छ कि मलाई. जस्तो if you come there and you're feeling sluggish or slow, you can get certain treatment, certain IVs, होइन, that'll make you feel empowered, होइन. Same thing I want to take to my resorts also, where people don't just come Friday drink गरेर Saturday hangमा बसेर फिर्ता जाने टाइपको होइन कि त्यहाँ गएर मेरो thesis-मा I wrote this extensively about this. They come there to feel rejuvenated, होइन, they go for a short hike.
Mentally, from solve
human performance ko barema, so you come there, maybe you learn something. We can do like a Kakani, the whole brand of resorts, so it should be a different thing, you know, more towards human performance and wellness and feeling good rather than just enjoying life, you know.
Nice. You feel in the right track.
I'm getting there. Bistari.
Nice. This touched me very powerfully. आफूले बिजनेस कस्तो बनाउन खोज्नु भएको छ, आफ्नो फर्स्टली आफ्नो पर्सनल ब्रान्ड पनि त्यसरी नै बनाउँदै जानुहोस्, त्यो बिजनेस बिकम अटोमेटिकली
हजुरले पनि मलाई
क्रेडिबल बिजनेस
भित्र ब्याक अफ माई माइन्ड मैले सोचिरहेको कुरा हो यो, होइन, तर फर्स्ट टाइम भर्बली भन्न पायो, त्यो भइरहेछ, यु नो, इन द ब्याक अफ द हेड.
होइन, त्यो कुरा आफूले के गर्न खोजिरहेको, आई थिङ्क यु सुड ओपन अप, है. दिस इज नट अ मार्केटिङ, बट लाइक जस्तो तपाईँको चाहिँ बाहिरबाट एपियरेन्स देखिन्छ, तपाईँको भित्रको बिजनेस पनि त्यसरी चाहिँ भइरहेछ कि छैन, द्याट्स भेरी इम्पोर्टेन्ट, होइन, फर सस्टेनेबिलिटी, फर लङ टर्म.
हजुरको इन द्याट एक्जाम्पल तपाईँको मैले अलिकति पोडकास्टहरू पनि हेरेको थिएँ, होइन. आई थिङ्क योर पर्सनल ब्रान्ड इज द काइन्ड अफ क्वेसन्स हजुरले सोध्नुहुन्छ नि, यु गो डिप एन्ड भेरी प्रिसाइज के, सो द्याट रिफ्लेक्ट्स अन तपाईँ who you are, होइन. So even if your business as a consultant or a CA, people will respect that. You go deeply into something, surface level ma matra hernu hunna, and that helps your business as well.
Right. Thank you for promoting me.
It's just a genuine compliment. Genuine compliment.
Okay. So अब अलिकति लास्ट तिर चाहिँ, so being भनौँ न youths empower or motivator, what do you suggest in this point of time? Right, अहिले अब election yet to come, everyone is feeling stuck in this country right now, होइन. Even मैले ब्याङ्कमा जाँदाखेरि no one is coming to get the loan, होइन, त्यस्तो समस्या छ. So at this point of time, youthsलाई कसरी, what do you want to say?
See, right now I don't want to be like most people who are rightly pessimistic also, होइन. धेरै पोडकास्टहरूमा people are negative कुराहरू धेरै आइरहेछ अहिले, होइन. So I want to be a little different and be cautiously optimistic, होइन. यो Gen Z को movement, the burning and all that was really bad, I understand, होइन. It was because there was some kind of pressure building up with the youths, होइन. People were fed up with something, that's why it blew up, होइन. I don't know why it went to that extent level, but that root was there, होइन. So I'm cautiously optimistic कि this is the time now the youths can come up, because everyone has seen कि youths ले के गर्न सक्छ, होइन, र के चाहेको छ. So I understand a lot of people want to leave, they want to go to US, Australia, look for larger opportunities, but I request them, you know, when they finish their work, finish their studies, try to come back, because I said optimistically कि in the next 10 years South Asia will boom, there's no doubt about that, and by default Nepal also has to boom, होइन. अहिले जे भइरहेछ, it's a dark phase, it's a very dark phase, but I always tell people, you know, the elderly might think that I'm being idealistically optimistic about this, but you know, it's always the darkest before the sunrise. Before the dawn, right? So I feel that people ले हर्ष मान्नु हुँदैन, people that can stay back here can make a difference, and the next 10 years will show that the people who had the guts to come back or stay back have made it in their life, in their community, in business, in leadership, in anything. And this is the time when the youths have spoken, youths have been created this platform, and this is the time to stand on it and try to do something, regardless of election happening or not happening, government changing or not changing. I don't care about that. But people ko mindset ma aisake ki youths are ready to speak up, and this is the time for them to do also, you know?
That you cannot continue traditional thing.
अब कोही त optimistic अलि हुनु पर्यो, होइन. Everyone is negative, so I feel like आउँछ चान्स अब youths को.
हिजो भर्खरै सिमरामा पनि
त्यही त
त्यो देखियो नि त
हजुर
होइन केही मान्छेहरू चाहिँ त्यो इन्फ्लुएन्स गर्न गयो बट दे स्टप्ड
अब यस्तो कुराहरू भइहाल्छ इन्स्टेबल टाइम्समा यस्तो इस्युहरू आइरहेको छ बट वी हेभ टु ट्राई टु बी बियोन्ड इट स्पेसली प्राइभेट सेक्टर has to stay beyond it and try to do other things also. You know?
So the conclusion, whatever happens, stay fit, stay healthy. And
I say have a strong mindset. Whatever happens, you know, every human's life goes through downs and ups. So you have to have a strong mind, strong body, strong soul. I guess suruko tinta point better. If you can create habits and create the strength in that, then you can be successful regardless of what kind of success it is.
You can create any type of business. Next one is stay firm and stay strong in this point of time.
Absolutely.
At least for 1 year.
Forever. You should keep on building on that.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
हाम्रो व्यापार पाठशालामा आइदिनु भयो. Yeah, it's long time, but finally we met.
Thank you so much for calling.
I hope we'll keep meeting.
Absolutely.
That was amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much.